Financial giants are not going to move from New York City to Texas. I currently live in Texas. I moved here from New York City, and everyone is saying right now that Texas is the next financial center, especially in light of yesterday's election results. This is not going to happen. You know whom financial giants moved to Texas? Operations. Back office. There are some front office jobs in Texas, but they are very minimal because most people who make the deals, who make money, the front office of big financial giants, do not want to move to Texas even when they are promised promotions. Why? Because Texas lacks infrastructure. It lacks the New York City lifestyle. It lacks the networking. New York City has clusters of talent, and it's so much easier to build a career in the East Coast in financial industries than it is in Texas. Not only that, big hedge funds prefer being closer to New York Stock Exchange because latency matters for high-frequency trading. If taxation and the cost of living were the main questions for financial giants, then Texas would have been the financial center a long time ago. You will see some movement here and there of front office professionals in the financial industries from New York City to Texas, but it will be very much minimal.
And I think that when you talk about personal, I think that it's going to be a lot bigger than people think. One thing that people don't understand is that investing in infrastructure is very much a thing. And when you're talking about latency and you're talking about trading and all of that type of stuff, that also exists in some financial capitals and centers. As a matter of fact, if you go down to Miami or you go down to Southern Florida, they basically have been branding themselves and advocating for a market as well as cryptocurrency and being a financial center for that also. And so when you talk about starting to take more money out of people's pockets, what I found is that people figure out a way. Make no mistake about it. I'll give you an example. We've seen it happen over in Los Angeles and Silicon Valley, and we've also seen it happen all throughout California. As taxes continued to go up, crime continued to go up, the lack of infrastructure being invested in, continuing to push liberal policies, people were quietly and some not so quietly looking to get out of California. And the ones that got stuck, the ones that were still there, they suffered financially, especially when they started putting a bigger tax on if your home sold above a certain amount. People was getting the hell up out of there. Some people even moved their residency over to Vegas. A lot of people moved over to Texas. A large majority of people moved over to Florida, and then they also moved over to Tennessee. And what do all of those states have in common? Every last one of those states do not have a state income tax, and so they all got up out of there.